hunt them all down and take back the city.
The Crysis 3 reveal trailer came out last week. Graphics insane. Apparently there's even individually rendered blades of grass in it. Gameplay, well, the single player looks a lot more sandboxy than it did in Crysis 2, which I'm really excited about, although we are in the rainforests of New York for Crysis 3, so that would be expected really. You're probably thinking, that story sounds a little bit far-fetched, Frankie, that nature claimed back New York so quickly. However, I don't give a fuck about the story, provided it is as epic 90s action hero-y Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the previous Crysis game's story was. Speaking of the multiplayer though, I'm a bit disappointed nothing further was leaked about it, other than that you can pre-order it, and apparently if you get the Hunter Edition, get the composite bow early. I think there's 4 or 5 different other kinds of pre-order you can get, but I'm going for the Hunter Edition because it's the one that lets you rank up early in the multiplayer, and it's the only one which actually unlocks something for you in that. I really love the Crysis 2 multiplayer, so the main part of this video is going to be on that, the changes I think should be implemented if the Crysis 3 multiplayer is based on it. The last part of this video is going to be on the free-to-play, that's right, free-to-play, Casus Belli Battlefield 3 style Crysis Wars mod. Thanks to SWs, who you'll see in a second, provided the beastly Gauss Sniper gameplay of Crysis 2. You want to see more beastly gameplay? Definitely check out his channel, links in the description. He is a friggin' PC awesomeness, good word. Crysis 2 multiplayer, as novel as it was spoilt a bit for me because I played the beta, which I still maintain was a better, more balanced game than the retail. Thought I'd outline though what I think should be changed. Of course, whatever I suggest is subjective, you don't have to agree with me. But I do feel I got fairly good at Crysis 2, I made a selection of tips and tricks videos, so I think I got a good idea of how the game played generally. The first problem though, nanovision. This basically, if you've never played the game before, let you see enemies who were cloaked. Basically you had 3 suit modes in Crysis 2. One was power, which was on all the time, that let you jump high and punch really hard. Then there was stealth mode, which made you invisible, and then there was armor mode, which made you sort of impenetrable, or something like that. It made you really tough. Whenever I say cloaked, I mean people went into stealth mode, and that made them nearly invisible in the game. Nanovision let you see cloaked players in a sort of light blue colour when you turned it on. In the beta, players were highlighted in this blue colour as far as you could possibly see. In the retail, for some reason they massively nerfed this to a distance of about 10 meters or so. What this meant though was that because of the pretty high contrast and bright lighting in some places of the maps of Crysis 2, people could literally sneak up on you in cloak mode without you being able to see them at all. And at that sort of distance, they're pretty much guaranteed a kill. What this did was take away from Crysis 2 being a skill and aim-based shooter as it was in the beta. To give you a sort of comparison, if you still can't imagine how this game mechanic worked, it almost worked in exactly the same way as Dead Silence let you get lame kills in Search and Destroy in Call of Duty 4. Now this wouldn't have been a problem if it took a while for people to decloak, but one of the perks in the game, Stealth Enhance, which almost everybody uses, lets you go in and out of cloak in less than a second. The easy solution here would of course be to stop people from firing whilst cloaked, and for it to take a little while longer to actually get out of cloak. Personally, I think that rather than cloak being used as the best offensive suit mode as it currently is, I'd rather see it used as sort of an exclusive stealth suit mode, as its name kind of suggests, where you have to sneak around and sneak up on people to get those stealth melee kills. The second biggest problem in the game was the 2-hit melee. In Crysis 2 it took 2 punches to kill, either with your fist or with the butt of a gun. This was whether or not the person you were punching had their armor suit mode on. There was little or no recovery time between the melees, so every close quarter fight within sort of 5 meters was essentially won by whoever punched first, which kind of defeats the point of a 2-punch melee. It might as well be just a 1-punch melee. Now I'm not saying all the melee was bad. The stealth melee knife stab neck break kind of thing you could do from behind when you were in stealth suit mode was fucking awesome. But the general melee was completely broken in my opinion. This problem would be so easy to fix as well. All you need to do is make it take an extra punch if one person turned on their armor, Or you could just increase the time between melees to something similar to that in Battlefield 3. Personally, punching or weapon butting somebody should be used to finish them off, not as sort of the best close quarter way to kill somebody. The third problem, random lag. In terms of shooting enemies, lag really wasn't that much of a problem as it took a lot of bullets to kill people, so Crysis 2 was really a skillful aim-based shooter in that respect. There were, however, huge lag spikes whenever the orbital strike kill streak was used, to the point where absolutely everybody froze on the map, except that you weren't frozen. You could just run around and kill all these other frozen people, but then you would end up dying yourself, because these people who appeared frozen to you were on their screens running around killing you and everybody else. So an orbital strike would go over, and then the kill feed would just get filled up as everybody got sort of 5 or 6 kills in a row over the next 10 seconds. Fucking confusing. Given the max number of players on the server was 16, I'm thinking this might be an engine problem, so I really hope they fix it in Crysis 3. All in all though, Crysis 3 is one of the most anticipated games for me over 2012 and 2013. Perhaps not as much as Assassin's Creed 3 is, given the new gameplay trailer, which you can check out right here if you haven't already. Why you wouldn't, I don't know. But still, on to other things. The free-to-play Casus Belli Crysis mod you're probably